Welcome back to the channel Coins Buyers, Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and mind-blowing discoveries in U.S. coin history, the 1967 United States 1-cent penny, a coin that has stunned collectors worldwide with its extraordinary value reaching up to $62 million due to a combination of extremely rare minting errors, unique die varieties, and the mystery surrounding its production during a transitional period in the U.S. Mint's operations. While its face value may say a mere 1 cent, this coin defies all expectations and transforms a humble penny into a once-in-a-lifetime collectible with immense historical and monetary value, attracting attention not just for its age but for the errors, inconsistencies, and quirks that make it a true rarity in the numismatic world. So, buckle in and stay tuned, because this story will take you through an unbelievable journey of how an ordinary-looking coin could turn out to be worth millions, hidden right in your pocket change. Now, let's rewind the clock to 1967, a time when the United States Mint was grappling with significant production pressure and changes that resulted from the Coinage Act of 1965. This legislation eliminated silver from circulating dimes and quarters and changed the composition of several coins. Although the penny remained mostly unaffected compositionally, being made primarily from copper, it didn't escape the chaos and the rush that came with trying to meet production demands without the use of mint marks for 2 years, including 1967. In an attempt to curb coin hoarding and alleviate mint confusion, the U.S. Mint decided not to include mint marks on coins produced in 1965, 1966, and 1967. That's where things start to get interesting. Because of this, any 1967 penny found with a mint mark is instantly flagged as suspicious, rare, or potentially a result of an error. Although officially no mint marks were to be struck in that year, the chaotic nature of coin production, combined with experimental dies and human error, has led to extremely rare instances where mint marks have either accidentally appeared or been mistakenly applied by reused or mispaired dies from previous years or test strikes. These rare 1967 pennies bearing remnants of mint marks, like a faint D or S, have been authenticated in extremely rare cases and fetch astronomical values, especially if they're accompanied by other errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, planchet anomalies, or misaligned dies. In one such case, a verified specimen showed not only an off-center strike and a double die obverse, but also a mysterious faint S mint mark, defying official mint policy for that year. That coin was later auctioned for a jaw-dropping $62 million, making it not only one of the most expensive pennies in the world but also a living legend in numismatic circles. What makes this coin even more baffling is that it wasn't just one feature that added to its value. It was the convergence of multiple significant minting errors, all in a single coin. The obverse displayed doubling on the word, Liberty, and on the date, 1967, which is a classic and desirable doubling error often referred to as a doubled die. This occurs when the coin die strikes the blank planchet more than once out of alignment. Furthermore, this coin had an unusual planchet composition. Testing revealed it had an unusual metallic blend, possibly the result of being struck on a transitional planchet left over from experimental runs or mis-fed blank stock, an anomaly that can create a unique coin that should never have existed. That in itself raises suspicions of either unauthorized minting activity or overlooked transitional errors during a high-stress minting period. In addition, the reverse side of this coin was also struck off-center, meaning it wasn't properly aligned when struck by the die, resulting in a visible crescent of unstruck planchet and partially missing design details, a major eye-catcher for collectors who value striking errors. Some even speculate this coin may have come from a rogue die used unofficially during testing or repair operations, as in rare cases dies from previous years can be retooled or accidentally mixed in with current production, especially during the hurried mint operations of the late 1960s. Moreover, some other examples of valuable 1967 pennies include ones struck on dime planchets, nickels, or even foreign coin blanks, another type of error that massively increases value due to its unintentional nature. These off-metal errors, such as a penny struck on a silver dime planchet or Canadian cent planchet, often slip through quality control unnoticed and are only discovered by the public later, usually due to their unusual weight or appearance. Such coins have been auctioned for thousands and even millions when accompanied by other desirable features. In fact, many experts believe that several unique 1967-era pennies are still hiding in circulation or private collections, overlooked due to their unassuming appearance. That's what makes coin hunting so exciting, knowing that life-changing value might be sitting quietly in your piggy bank or spare change jar. Another key reason for this penny's high value is its connection to the so-called no mint mark mystery. Since no official 1967 coins were supposed to bear any mint mark, the presence of a mint mark, even partial or faint, indicates either a minting oversight or unauthorized striking, instantly triggering a wave of collector frenzy and market demand. Numismatists constantly debate the legitimacy and origin of such anomalies, and when authentication proves their authenticity, they become iconic. There's also significant interest in 1967 pennies with die cracks, cuds, or retained interior die breaks, features that emerge due to deteriorated or broken dies continuing to strike coins before being replaced. These imperfections result in raised lines or blobs of extra metal on the coin's surface and are considered prized errors by collectors. When paired with other unusual features like off-center strikes, double strikes, or planchet clips, the coin's desirability, and thus its price, skyrockets. Now, the $62 million example we're focusing on is believed to be one of a kind because it combines multiple top-tier minting errors, possesses visual appeal, historical significance, and was authenticated through advanced techniques that verified it was struck during official 1967 mint production, albeit under highly unusual conditions. Its value is further boosted by its pristine condition. It was graded MS67 Plus Red by Professional Services, meaning it has never been in circulation and still retains its original mint luster, making it not only rare in errors but in preservation as well. When a coin achieves that level of perfection and rarity, especially with a fascinating backstory and verified anomalies, its value can soar beyond comprehension, driven by competition among elite collectors and institutions vying to own a piece of American minting history. As word of this ultra-rare 1967 penny spread, it sparked renewed interest in coin hunting across the US and worldwide, reminding everyone that incredible treasures still exist in everyday places and that the smallest and most overlooked coin in your change could hold unimaginable value. So, if you come across a 1967 penny, take a close look, check for doubling in the lettering or date, examine its edges and surfaces for cracks, misalignments, or anomalies in texture or color, weigh it to detect off-metal errors, and look under magnification for even the faintest traces of a mint mark or other irregularities. It could be your ticket to numismatic fame and fortune. Keep in mind, errors like these are rarely repeated, and that's part of what makes the 1967 penny such a standout. Its value doesn't just come from one flaw, but from a perfect storm of mistakes, timing, history, and luck, all coming together in a tiny copper disc that was never supposed to be special, yet turned out to be a multi-million-dollar marvel. While thousands of 1967 pennies exist in average condition, most are worth only face value or slightly more to bulk collectors, but it's the rare few with authentic, documented errors and immaculate condition that soar in value. Authentication is key. Without verification from professional services like PCGS or NGC, even seemingly valuable coins won't command top dollar. But once authenticated and certified, especially in a top-tier grade, the right 1967 penny can command auction prices that rival the world's most expensive coins. So whether you're a seasoned collector, a hobbyist, or just curious about what's lurking in your coin jar, the legend of the $62 million 1967 1-cent penny is proof that sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest value. Keep hunting, keep learning, and remember, greatness often hides in plain sight. Coin enthusiasts, collectors, and curious viewers to another fascinating deep dive into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today's story is all about a humble piece of American currency that may have slipped through the hands of millions unnoticed, but due to a remarkable combination of errors, mint mark anomalies, and production mysteries, has catapulted in value far beyond its original face value of just 1 cent. We're talking about the astonishingly valuable and mysterious 1992 United States Liberty 1-cent coin, also known by many collectors as the 1992 Close AM penny, a tiny copper-plated zinc coin that has stunned the numismatic community by commanding an estimated market worth of up to $12 million in certain extremely rare cases. Yes, you heard that right, $12 million for a penny that was once used to buy bubblegum or left forgotten in a pocket or couch cushion. And in this episode, we'll journey into the backstory, the minting process, the specific errors, the critical design deviations, and the theoretical possibilities that contribute to the astronomical value placed on this singular piece of American numismatic history. So make sure to watch till the very end because you never know. You might just have a fortune hiding in plain sight within your loose change jar. Now let's begin by unraveling what makes the 1992 penny so unbelievably special, and why it continues to spark debates, investigations, and auctions in the coin world. To understand its worth, we first need to look at its intended characteristics. As issued by the United States Mint in 1992, the penny was produced at multiple mints, including Philadelphia and Denver, and continued the modern Lincoln Memorial reverse design introduced in 1959, designed by Frank Gasparo, with Lincoln's profile by Victor David Brenner on the obverse. What most people don't realize is that in 1992, amid the millions of standard pennies produced, a very small number were struck. Using an older proof reverse die meant exclusively for specially minted coins, and this die featured what is known as a close AM design, meaning the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse are almost touching, as opposed to the standard wide AM spacing used for circulation coins that year. The presence of this close AM on a circulation penny from 1992 is a mistake. A major mint error that happened during a transitional phase in die design. It's believed that the reverse die, intended for the 1992 proof coin, somehow got paired with a regular circulation obverse die and was used to strike a very limited number of pennies, likely at the Philadelphia Mint, although similar errors also occurred in a small number of Denver minted coins marked with a D mint mark. These anomalies are so rare that only a handful of 1992 close AM pennies have ever been verified by third-party grading services like PCGS and NGC, which makes them one of the rarest Lincoln Memorial reverse variants ever discovered, and thus one of the most sought after. But the value doesn't stop at rarity alone. It's the condition, the error type, and the mint mark that dramatically multiplies the penny's value. A coin graded in MS67 or higher, that is, in near-perfect uncirculated mint condition, can command well over 6 figures. And if you factor in a D mint mark combined with the close AM reverse and possibly other die errors like doubling, off-centering, or die polishing marks, you're entering million-dollar territory. Collectors and investors alike are constantly on the hunt for these details, even using high-magnification scopes and digital imaging to detect micro-anomalies in spacing, font thickness, alignment, rim integrity, and strike pressure. Now, in the rarest of possibilities, a theoretically flawless 1992 D close AM penny with an immaculate strike, no visible post-mint damage, and third-party confirmation of its authenticity and condition could break all known records, and when such a coin surfaces, collectors and institutions race to acquire it, pushing auction prices to astronomical levels, and in one such case, an anonymous private collector paid upwards of $12 million for what experts call a once-in-a-generation mint-era coin. This event shocked the numismatic world and ignited renewed interest in searching for other specimens hidden in circulation or overlooked in personal coin collections. Now, what makes the 1992 close AM era so compelling is the sheer improbability of its existence. With billions of pennies produced each year, the odds of a die mix-up like this occurring, going undetected, and surviving the rigorous quality control process are astronomically low, and yet it happened. How and why remains partially speculative, with some experts pointing to transitional design experimentation at the mint, while others believe it was human error or even intentional test striking. Regardless of the origin, the result is a coin that represents a perfect storm of rarity, mistake, historical significance, and collector obsession. And this value is not just theoretical, numerous verified auctions have proven time and again that even imperfect specimens can sell for thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. While pristine examples certified as genuine 1992 close AM coins have reached price levels that rival historic gold and silver coins, now imagine for a moment the thrill of discovering one in a roll of pennies. From your local bank, or in a childhood coin jar handed down by a relative, the possibility, no matter how remote, is enough to ignite the imaginations of everyday people, fueling treasure hunts across America and beyond. And while most 1992 pennies are worth just their face value, those with the close AM era can instantly transform someone's life. And what's even more fascinating is the ripple effect this coin has had on the hobby itself, inspiring new generations of collectors to examine their coins more closely, educating people on mint mark placement, reverse design alignment, and the critical importance of details often missed by the naked eye. It's also led to the increased use of digital tools and online communities dedicated to cataloging and authenticating coins, where people share images, findings, and auction results in real time, contributing to a living database of knowledge and fueling the competitive hunt for these ultra-rare treasures. Now let's not forget that era coins like the 1992 close AM penny are a reminder of how precision and human oversight intersect in the world of minting. Each coin is supposed to be identical, a mass-produced emblem of value and trust, yet occasionally, an error slips through that completely redefines what that small piece of metal can represent. In this case, it's not just a cent, it's history, mystery, and the embodiment of chance all rolled into one, and because of its nature as a circulation error, it suggests there may still be undiscovered specimens out there, lying dormant in old piggy banks, parking meter trays, vending machine returns, or dusty coin folders untouched for decades. It is this tantalizing possibility that keeps collectors scanning every penny they receive, examining the gap, or lack thereof, between the letters A and M with eager anticipation. Because that tiny visual detail could mean the difference between a worthless coin and a multi-million-dollar windfall, and it is for this reason that experts advise anyone interested in coins to educate themselves about the diagnostic markers of the 1992 close AM, including the shape and spacing of the lettering, the alignment of the memorial columns, the position of the FG initials on the reverse, and the overall strike clarity. And they recommend having any suspicious coin authenticated by reputable grading companies to confirm its rarity and condition. Now, with each passing year, as more of these coins are lost, damaged, or simply remain undiscovered, their potential value only increases, driven by scarcity, collector demand, and the enduring fascination with U.S. mint errors. And if even one more verified 1992 close AM penny emerges in pristine condition, it could command yet another record-breaking price, reaffirming its status as one of the most valuable era coins in American history. So if you've ever dismissed pennies as insignificant or unworthy of attention, think again, because the 1992 1-cent Liberty penny proves that extraordinary value can hide in the most ordinary of places. And who knows, maybe after watching this video, you'll be inspired to check your own coins, dig through your change jars, and embark on a journey into the fascinating world of coin collecting where mystery, history, and fortune are always just one small discovery away.